Hello and welcome to day 2 of the 5-day Becoming Magnetic AF challenge. How did you get on yesterday with looking at your authentic self in the mirror? How did you find it? I hope that it's helped you to reintroduce yourself to your authentic self. Today, we're going to take a look at what negative beliefs you hold and we're going to blast them into oblivion. So, we're going to identify what negative beliefs you have. We're going to break them down and analyse them. Like, where did you get them from? And then I'm going to empower you to focus on flipping those beliefs around to something more positive. So, why will blasting your negative beliefs into oblivion help you become more magnetic? Well, repeated negative beliefs or thoughts that we hold about ourselves or other people can kind of show themselves as anger, resentment, fear, and all of those things can lead to depression, anxiety, stress, and then those things can lead to the release of hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline, which we know sometimes they're good for us, those hormones, but all of the time they just leave us drained. They can lead to mental health problems. So over time, these negative beliefs, if we just let them overtake us, it's not going to be good in terms of attracting good things into our life. Like I said yesterday, we need to be at a certain vibration to attract things of that vibration. So we need to identify what negative beliefs we have and we need to blast them. So how do we get negative beliefs? Usually it's from something that's happened in your past, an event. They can then help us to, or not help us to, have negative views about ourselves or other people in our lives, as I've said, or even the world. So these negative views usually come from difficult experiences we've had when we were younger, for example. And I'm going to get you to work through a worksheet, which is in the PDF that comes with this video. So wherever you're watching it, go to the description with the video and there'll be a link. You either cut and paste that URL into your browser to open it, or just click on the link. It depends where you're watching this. Because you're going to, in that document, work out what negative belief you have. So the way that you do that is you just close your eyes and ask yourself, how am I talking to myself? Or notice themes in your thoughts. I'll give you some examples of common negative beliefs. This might help you work out what yours are. So, I'm worthless, I am inadequate, I am a failure. Maybe beliefs about other people could be, people will hurt me, people are malicious, people can't be mistrusted. So there's some examples of common negative beliefs that we can have. So you're going to identify which ones you hold. And by the way, if you are still struggling with which ones you hold, in the document I've put a dowsing chart in there. So if you have a pendulum, use that on the dowsing chart and just say, what negative beliefs do I hold? And see where the pendulum's going. That might help you identify it. If you don't have a pendulum, use a necklace that's got a heavy weight on the end. And once you've identified what beliefs you hold, and from what experience that comes through. So I want you to have a think about, where did I get that negative belief? What happened? And you're going to write in the document what that experience was. And then we're going to flip it and turn it around. So say if you had I am worthless as your negative belief, your flip might be, I am worthy. Do you see how we're flipping it around? I'm going to give you some more examples because I'm going to tell you what I got when I did this exercise, so that might help you do it. And then when you've got that new affirmation, so let's say I am worthy, you're going to repeat it once a day for however long is necessary until you feel that you've got rid of that negative belief and you've flipped it around. And then you're going to see all these wonderful things come into your life. So I'll tell you what I got when I did mine. So let me find the document. So as you know, or you may not know, my story, my background is I grew up in a religious cult, and at age 19 was disfellowshipped from that cult for becoming pregnant outside of marriage. And you can read more about that by going to my website, www.libralight.net, and going to my story if you don't know about that. So I was made to feel that I was really evil and wicked because I'd broken the rule of committed fornication. So one of my limiting beliefs is that I am not worthy, or I actually wrote I am a wicked person. And that's from the negative experience of that religious cult disfellowshipping experience. And how it affected me, because you're also going to write about this in the document, is I spent my whole life thinking I've got to make people like me. Every single person has got to like me because I don't want anybody to reject me ever again. And then also not speaking authentically in case I upset somebody. Again, don't want to be rejected. So it's this rejection wound that I've got. So the way that I flipped that is obviously I am worthy. And another thing that I came up with, like my new positive belief that I repeat to myself now, is I was brave and chose to be the architect of my life. I am the one who decides my value, and I am not defined by anyone else. I like that, don't you? I was brave and I chose to be the architect of my life. I am the one who decides my value, and I'm not defined by anyone else. So I now repeat that. I have that on my wall so that we can blast that other negative belief I had into oblivion. So you should find this exercise really useful. I'm really interested to know what you got. So please write in the comments what you got and how you flipped, like what's your new positive belief. Let me know. So that's what you've got to do for day 2. Tomorrow we will be doing some EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, which is tapping. You've probably heard of it. So tapping the meridian points to release anything, any negative energy that we might be holding, along with affirmations. So we're doing that tomorrow, and it can be repeated as often as necessary. But that's day 3 in helping you to attract more positive things in your life, to become magnetic AF. See you tomorrow.